So I'm going to summarize all this to you in minutes. This is what they have mentioned, and I'm just going to be highlighting from one of the podcasts. So Singapore is focused on how all these tariffs impact jobs, wages and prices. They are not going to be optimistic or pessimistic,
but with realism.
Lead to higher prices in the US, which will eventually lead them to buy less things throughout the global economy. And because Singapore is so dependent on trade, he does expect that certain jobs will be lost, wages will not rise, and prices for things may start to move up as supply chains has to move around all over again. Also mentioned that Singapore needs to stay calm, maintain a strong and trustworthy team, and also reinforce its strength as a rule-based, stable environment for investment.
I think the most important thing for us to do is to stay calm. People are still looking for places where there is stability, there's sanity, we play by the rules. We are a place whereby you can mobilize your capital, aggregate talent, and protect your intellectual property. Okay. We have the rule of law, provide a stable environment for investors. Even in a topsy-turvy world, we'll still command a premium. You can argue that perhaps the premium is even more significant.
What I'm trying to say is, if the world is unstable, Singapore being a stable country in itself will be valuable for investors and companies throughout the world. And once again, re-emphasizing that Singapore does not take sides, but looks to offer valuable proposition to any country or companies that is willing to trade with Singapore. But of course, Singapore is a very import-reliant nation. We import almost everything. So the way that Singapore is going to be able to maintain itself is by maintaining a strong Singapore dollar, allowing us to import more goods and also diversifying our imports so not one country can just choke us and cut off our supply.